What is up, guys? We are back, and today we're starting a new tutorial series. And this new tutorial series is going to be on a different library and a different language. So I've recently been looking into the Love2d graphics slash physics slash everything engine, and it's great. It allows for really quick development times, and it's perfectly fine for even large games as long as you structure your games properly. So anyway, I haven't found many tutorials on the internet. Yeah, we're going to be starting a new tutorial series today, and it's going to be on Love2d and LUA. So to start off, I recommend a text editor specifically for LUA. So first off, LUA is a language which is it's a scripting language, and it's extremely fast for what it does. It's an embedded language, therefore it runs under the Love C++ engine, and it's not specific to Love. It's an actual language interpreter that you can download. You do not need the interpreter itself. Love has one built in. So to start off, you want to open up your browser. If you don't have Love, follow the following steps. Open up your browser, go to Love2d, type it in, and this should be the first link that pops up. Click on it, and depending on what your operating system is, download the recommended version for it. So my operating system was a 64-bit Windows, so I downloaded that. And if you want to, you can download the zip version for if you're gonna be sending off a copy of Love to someone else or with your game. But the installer works pretty well, so just download that and follow the instructions until it's downloaded. So once you're done with that, you now have Love, and you can get this shortcut from the actual executable, which is contained in. After installation, it goes to program files to x86. If you have a 64-bit computer, it's here under Love and this executable. So you can just send that to the desktop, create a shortcut. I already did that, so I don't need to. And now you create a new folder, and this is going to be the folder where all your game's contents are. So let's call it tutorial game, and I place it right here. And what happens is when you how Love works is that you drag your folder over the Love executable, or you zip it up and save it as a .love. So you can add it to archive, zip it up, and then change the ending of that to .love. And if you have Love installed, it should work. So first off, you open up your folder and you create a file called main.lua. So how Love functions is that it goes through the folder and finds the main file and executes it. And it also executes another file, which you should create right now, called conf.lua. Here you do the configuration for the window and stuff, and the sizing, and whether you want certain modules. So anyway, let's open it up with Notepad++, which can be found if you just search it up. So it is a very popular text editor, and I think it's great. It has everything you'll need to develop. It's just not an integrated development environment. It's very lightweight and nice, and there's themes. So anyway, if you want a theme like mine, just go to Settings, Style Configurator, and look for Bspin. I personally like this a lot, so I've been using it. Anyway, so to start off, you have your main file. Now, how Love function is when it calls the main file, it goes through certain callbacks. So these are functions that Love calls in order, and you'll see. So the first function is love.load, and this is called when the program is started. So any of your initialization code, it should go in here. So let's start by saying okay, player equals a table, and in LUA, basically container objects are these table thingies, and you declare tables by putting two curly braces like that. And basically these can contain anything you want, and you can add items to the table by either writing the name of the table, then dot, and then the name of the item, and then assigning that. Or you can use the index operator and type in like the name of the thing in the as a string in the index operator, and then write equals. Or you can simply write it as an object actually inside the table itself. So like equals, and then yeah, so on and so forth. So let's say the player is just a simple object. In the player we can have the width of the player is 20, the height of the player is 40, and then the speed of the player is 10 or 100. So there we have our basic love.load function, and this is executed at the beginning of the program. So right when you start your game, right, all this code is executed, and it's as simple as that. So next, the next callback is function love.update, and in here you pass in delta time, which we'll talk about in a later tutorial. So anyway, in love.update, there are certain functions that love possesses in order to help you take input and stuff. So the first input function you write down is love.keyboard.isDown, and you can check for certain keys. So basically, let's say if you want to check if someone pressed down A or has A down, you just type that in as a string and pass it in as the argument. And there's the if statement in LUA. And yeah, so now what you can do is player.x, which I didn't actually assign, player.x equals 0, player.y equals 0, player.x equals player.x plus player.speed times delta time. So now, if we run the program, let's do that right now, we won't see anything actually, because I forgot to put in render function. So there's another callback which love has, and it's called the love.render function. So, love.draw. And in here, all your drawing code is executed. Now, you could put some drawing code in the update function, but the problem with that is that it's not meant to be there, and we'll explain why later on in another tutorial. But all your rendering code should go in the love.draw function, so let's do that right now. So one of the functions provided by the love.graphics module is a rectangle, and it's one of the primitives that you can draw. So there's different modes for drawing it. So there's a line mode where it just draws the outline of the rectangle, and then there's the fill mode, which draws the whole rectangle. So next, it takes where you want that rectangle to be. So we want that to be at the player.x, and again, that's at the very top left. So imagine the x is 0, that means it's right here. And next, the player.y, and again, 0 in computer graphics in the y-axis is up here as opposed to down here. You could flip it over, but Love takes it in as though it's upside down. So it's gonna think, if you pass in 0, it's gonna think it's up here. Anyway, so then we can write player.width. So the next argument for the rectangle is the width of the player, and then the player's height, so player.h. So now if we run this program, and we can do that just by taking our tutorial game and dragging it onto the love shortcut we created earlier. There you go. We see our rectangle. If I press A now, it's moving. It's moving to the right of the screen. So there you go. That's the first tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hit a like, probably subscribe if you felt that this was helpful, and I'll be coming out with more tutorials later on. Okay, so bye.